Ladies and gentlemen, lend me your ears and your eyes. Diva Divine Light, live from Brooklyn, New York.
No delaying for what you saying, yo. Silly with my 9 milli with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club, I be while in the studio. You don't wanna vibe, nigga, really and truly, yo. My main thug, nigga named Moody, yo. He moody, yo. Like a nigga that'll slap me with the toolie, yo. Bitch, nigga scared to death, act fruity, yo. Fuck that, look at shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way you shake it, make me wanna get all in the booty, yo. With no delaying for what you saying, yo.
Diva Divine Light.
Really my heart to me. Fuck me, see this what you got for me. Put more than dance with my eyes to see. Still $1 in the place to be. If you really my heart to me. Fuck me, see this what you got for me. Put more than dance with my eyes to see. Still $1 in the place to be. If you.
You're watching Diva, the Divine Light. A fun-loving, caring, passionate person who talks about sex, celebrity, and real-life issues, and even abuse. So hit that like button and make sure you share the show.
Really my heart to me. Fuck me, see this what you got for me. Put more than dance with my eyes to see. Still $1 in the place to be. If you really my heart to me. Fuck me, see this what you got for me. Put more than dance with my eyes to see. Still $1 in the place to be. If you really my heart to me. Fuck me, see this what you got for me. Put more than dance with my eyes to see. Still $1 in the place to be. If you really my heart to me. Fuck me, see this what you got for me. Put more than dance with my eyes to see. Still $1 in the place to be. If you.
Here comes the pitch, and it comes in wide. On the combo.
Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I know I came on earlier to, talk smack and get some things, little things off my chest, nothing serious, pero tú sabes. How's everybody doing since I last saw y'all? Some of y'all anyway. Who's in the building? Chicky. What's up, Chicky? Daughter of the Most High God. Yes, ma'am. How are you? My sis Les Smith. What's up, lady? Okay. At work. Okay. Honey. What's up, my sis? What's up, honey? Samara, what's up, baby? I don't know. Samara, what's up, lady? How are you, mommy? What's up, fam? What's up? What's up to the OCOB family in the building? Cherie, what's up, baby? Just the tea, please. Hi, mama. Rocking with the truth. What's up, lady? Okay. I am Queen. What's up, baby? What's up, Queen? Purple. What's up, mama? Hello, my beautiful. Hello, sis K-Love. What's up, T-Bam? What's up, sis? What's up? All my sisters in the building. Karen Johnson. What's up, lady? So, everybody ate their dinner. They drank their little wine. Y'all relaxing. I know that this reply was already done. You know, I'm doing it on my own channel for those who didn't hear me. Hey, A2L, what's up, lady? What's up, mama? What's up? Hey, Miss Mo. What's up, Mo? You about to eat some pizza? Okay. Well, we just finished eating some chopped meat and some Italian sausages in spaghetti sauce with spaghettis. Yes, we forgot the bread, so no, there was no garlic bread. But yeah. Thank you, mama. Just the tea. I am. I'm feeling better. You know, my shoulder's feeling a little bit better as well. I'm moving it. I'm actually moving my arm. You know, I'm not doing too much, just a little bit. Just a little bit of what I can do. Hello, Daddy Lolo. How are you, honey? Good to see you in here as well. So, yeah, my shoulder, like I said, it's just a little, you know, like I said, I got that calcification thing going on. I go for my MRI Friday. And then the following week by March 1st, which, guys, my birthday's March 2nd, y'all. Please remember me. March 2nd, okay? My birthday is March 2nd. You blessed by the best, Daddy Lolo, so my papito. You didn't know, bro? Bro, we are all blessed by the best and the most highest of them all. Isn't that right? That's the Lord up above. Mm-hmm.
Yo, we got people behind us.
I am. I'm trying to, mommy, as best as I can. I'm trying. I want to kind of move around and kind of get back to normal, but I'm not 100% yet, you know? Shit happens. Just got to take care of myself. That's all. So, as we know, sentencing hearing for R. Kelly in the Northern District of Illinois is on February 23rd, 2023 at 10 a.m., guys. The hearing starts at 10 a.m. Central Time. Hey, Vanetta, what's up, mama? So, Central Time, 10 a.m., February 23rd. That is this Thursday. Today is Tuesday. All the way till midnight. So, we got 2 days. Okay? 2 days. Count them, y'all. You'll be working on Thursday, 10 a.m. Well, that's when it'll be. Hopefully, the truth, our sister will be out there to report what's going on after the trial. I mean, after the hearing. After the hearing, she can let us know what's going on. You know, maybe before she gets inside. If there need be to be a break, you know, then there'll be a break. And then, you know, maybe she'll report to us at the break time. And then she'll report to us at the end. Hopefully she could be there for most of the day. You'll be in training all day. Damn, girl. Well, I don't live in Chicago, so, and I don't know if anyone will be, if any news will be sitting out there and reporting. So we'll see what happens, you know? We'll see what happens. See what happens. So, as we know, Miss Bonjean has put in a response to the sentencing memorandum from the government. Now, as we know, Ms. Bonjean is saying that 11 to 14 years for R. Kelly, right? No more than 14. 11 is what we want, but no more than 14, right? And the government is like, we want 25 plus because that's what he needs. That's what he deserves according to our guidelines and what we see. And Bonjean's coming back to be like, no. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. That's not what I said. Bonjean is like, that's not what I said. I said 11. Okay? Okay? So defendant Kelly replies to the government sentencing memo. Now, she starts off by saying that the government seeks to inflame, inflame, fuego, put it on fire. She said she wants to put this shit on fire. The government is trying to set this place on fire. Well, Daddy Lolo, I don't know, bro. You know, Judge Lennon Weber could be a nice guy. He could be a nice guy and say, well, I'll give him 30 concurrently, you know, and maybe you could get your wish, you know. And R. Kelly will, you know, get out when he's like 80, you know, instead of 110. Yeah, no. Yeah. Yes, Jason definitely should be doing this coverage. So we will be watching. We will be sentence watching that day. 10 a.m. God willing, I'll be able to do it, you know. Yeah. I'll be able to cover that. Let's see what's happening. Hey, wifey, what's up, my love? He's going to throw the book at him as he deserves. Yes, I think this is true. Yes, I do. Daughter of the Most High God says 80 instead of 110. Okay. Yeah, no. I mean, that's what it could be. And it will be consecutive. You know, if it's consecutive, then I say 30 plus 30 equals 60. That means 110. He will die in prison. This is likely to happen. Right. This is more than likely to happen for him. You know, this is what happens when you do crimes, Daddy Lolo. You got to do the time. You know, at the end of the day, he committed crimes. Whether he realizes that he did or not, according to, you know, how a lot of yous might feel, that he didn't realize what he was doing. You know, he's a little slow because he can't read and write, so he don't really know or understand what he did. You know, all these excuses that you people give to this man, it's the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. But, you know, that's how you feel. You know what I mean? I mean, we all have our feelings and we're all entitled to our feelings, right? You know, no one is right and wrong. It's all about the law. Okay. That's what we look at over here, the law. And he's broken laws that he probably didn't realize he broke, but he knew he was breaking laws because he was hiding crimes. So at the end of the day, R. Kelly knew what he was doing, whether his mind was 15, 25, 31, or 110. You feel me? Daddy Lolo. Lolo, bro, you feel me? He knew what he was doing, bro. Come on. Stop. But free R. Kelly. Ta! Aisha, what's up, ladies? At this point, he's probably just tired of court. I mean, who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be? Right. He stuck his D in. I mean, it's his fault. He knows what he did. He's not that slow. Right. He knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. The enterprise. You know? He was the 9th or 10th grade, but can't read and write a little bit. Come on now. Exactly. Rockin'. A lot of times people in schools, in the education system, they do skip kids just because they want to get rid of them. I'm telling you, it happens. I know a couple people that were slow, okay, and they were skipped just because the school needed to get them out. They didn't want to have any bad type of anything on their look. Aisha with the enterprise. Right. He's not remorseful. He's not going to be remorseful. Bonjean is saying that he can't be remorseful because he's got another case. Plus, he's got his appeals. So he really can't be that remorseful. What a crock of shit. Hey, Iced-Out, what's up, lady? He's the new lifetime host of the Prison Talent Show. You know what? I'm pretty sure Daddy Lolo probably wrote one, but it probably wasn't accepted. Only certain character letters were accepted, not every single one of them. I'm pretty sure he got a lot of letters. They only took out what they needed, Andrew, or what they felt would be acceptable to present to the court, by the words they used and things of this nature. Cheeky said, especially if they're slow. Oh. Who knows? So now Bonjean says that the government seeks to fuego, inflame the passions of the public, okay, and the court. All right. She's trying to say, in other words, that the government is in favor of the public's opinion. And what the court has to say. You goddamn right, because you know what? The public sees that he's guilty as can be. Okay, all righty. Bonjean Jean. All right, Bonjean Jean. You be trying to do it. So the government seeks to inflame the passion, that the public and the court, that they're declaring that Kelly, a sexual serial predator, guys. R. Kelly, the public, and the court. Yes, we are. He is, for sure, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, convicted 2 times, sex offender, register, has to. He is a serial sexual predator, and that is a fact. Okay? And anybody that really, 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 truly knows him knows that he's a serial sexual predator. That's why a lot of people that really know him have not come out to speak. Some of them know that he's wrong, and they do not want to come out and speak up for him or lie for him or cover up for him, because time is up for him. Ya se acabó, finito, fuego. Okay? No more Mr. Nice Guy for our Smiley. He is a serial sexual predator who refuses to accept responsibility for his crimes. And you damn right, that's how the public and the court feels, because this is true. And you know it, Bo and Jean. You know it, girl. But we know you just trying to do your job, because you about to lose your job. We know you about to do your job. You about to do your job because you don't want to lose your job, because you about to do your job because you don't want to lose your job. Okay, Bo Jean. We see you, girl. Girl. We see you. Then she says, by submitting a sentencing memo that dares to challenge the government's narrative in any way, the government accuses Kelly of victim blaming. How dare you? How dare the government and the public accuse R. Kelly of victim blaming?
He touched me.
Oh. They're accusing him of lack of remorse. How dare we? How dare we, the public, and we, the people of the courts, say that R. Kelly has lack of remorse? I mean, don't you see it? Because I see it. That's what I see. Isn't that what you see? Guys, put a 1 in the chat. Let me know if you see victim blaming and lack of remorse, because I know I do, even from his own lawyer. How about that? Uh-huh. And failing to grasp the gravity of his criminal conduct. So the government, okay, as well as the public, the court, we cannot grasp the gravity of his criminal conduct. We failed, okay, to grasp. We don't understand the nature of his crimes. The gravity of his criminal conduct. What the fuck does that mean? Girl, what are we talking about here? Huh? We don't understand his crimes. The government is just throwing shit at him because they don't understand what he did. That shit sounds funny as hell. Is that what I'm reading? I don't think I'm retarded. I don't know. Am I retarded, y'all? Let me know. I don't know. No. Right. Hey, Nexie, what's up, lady? Mama, I'm going to make you blue. I'm going to add you as a moderator, loca. You are now officially a moderator. Okay. Say what's up to the OCOV family. You are now officially part of the family. One color, one voice, lady. So now, Bonjean continues to say, it is the government that fails to grasp that Kelly still enjoys a few constitutional and statutory protections that allow him to challenge the government's take on the evidence and advocate for an appropriate sentence without being labeled a monster who has no remorse. Well, Bonjean, I'm sorry that we, the public, and we, the court, find this man guilty, okay? And yes, we are labeling him a monster. You got them right. Who has no remorse? Because that's what we see, okay? Because that's what he's showing us. We, the people, and the courts, that he's a monster and needs to rot in jail. Punto. And while he's rotting in jail, may he get help that he's needed for over 30 years that he did not get, that he refused to get because he wanted to commit crimes, because he loves women so much, because he loves sex so much. Yes, that's what it is. Thank you, Nexi Mendoza. Gracias, mami, gracias. Because that's what our Smelly likes. He likes little girls and anything in between. But he loves to keep those little girls in his house. He's got to have little girls in his house. He sure does. He sure fuck does. Okay? Right. So, the jury, okay, which I believe are the people who convicted him and said he's guilty because they were at the trial and they looked at all the evidence and it pointed to what it needed to point to according to what they were supposed to look at, according to their instructions and what was told of them, to what is to look for to prove that he's guilty or not. You look at this evidence and let me know if he's guilty or not. You look at this and let me know if he's guilty or not of this. They let it be known. There was jury instructions. They followed the law to the instructions and found him guilty on some counts and acquitted on some counts. He got lucky. How about that? Like I said, I think if the father was still alive, I think if Jack Palladino was still alive, and I think if Linda Mensch was still alive, they would have been convicted on conspiracy. I know it. They would have been convicted on conspiracy to receive child pornography and obstruct justice. But these three key people were dead and could not testify in court. And if Susan Loggins would have appeared, that would have helped out too. I'm just saying. So, Bonjean continues to say that the jury that heard this case seemed to respect those basic principles of our criminal justice process. As I was saying, they understood their instructions. They convicted R. Kelly according to the instructions by the law. So now she continues to say that the prosecutors would be wise to take a lesson from the jury. You hear her with her snotty ass? She's trying to say that because R. Kelly was only convicted on 6 counts and let go of the other 7, that the prosecutors are idiots and that the jurors did a better job than they did trying to convict R. Kelly. You see her little wise ass? You see her little wise ass crack? You think Judge Lennon Webber's gonna find that cute? He ain't gonna find that shit cute. He's not gonna find that cute. Candy Kane, what's up, Candy? Yeah, exactly, Ty. Sarcastic ass. Yes, Susan definitely needs a cell. Hey, what's up, The Truth? What's up, sis? What's up, mama? Let's see what else y'all said. Andrew said, that dude is a sick freak. Yes, he is. And you're welcome, Nexie Mama. Right, Rockin' with the Truth says, having love for RK has nothing to do with his guilt. Get your prayers together for Thursday. He will need them for 30 plus years, and send him love letters too. Yes, just send him lots of prayers, because he's going to need it for the next years of his life so that he could become a stable human being instead of a sex addict who decided to commit crimes with children, and now he's where he's at because he wanted to play house with little girls instead of playing house with real women. Okay, he married a woman and used the woman just for a cover-up. So just in case something happened, which did, he said, oh, look, R. Kelly's married with 3 children. We didn't even know he was married with children until the tapes came out. Okay, and he already had been married for quite a few years. How about that? Then she says, in reality, no one, she said, grasps the seriousness of the crimes for which Kelly was convicted more than Kelly. Huh? Okay. In reality, no one grasped the seriousness of the crimes for which Kelly was convicted more than Kelly. Oh. We don't understand the seriousness of his crimes more than he does? No, Bungie, no. It's not like that. Why you lie? Girl, why you lie? You a lie. You know R. Kelly don't think this shit is serious. He does not think this is serious. This is a joke to him. This is not serious to this man at all. Why you lie? This is not serious to him at all. He has no remorse. What are you talking about? Then she says, he is, after all, the one who is likely to spend the rest of his life in prison for maximum emotional impact. The government devotes 5 pages of its sentencing memo to giving another play-by-play of the contents of the videos that Kelly has been convicted of producing, even though Kelly has argued nothing in connection with the content of those videos. What? Okay, Bunjin.
Okay, smoke.
Yeah. Let me. Yeah. Bonjean. He has, even though Kelly has argued nothing. Do you hear me? He has argued nothing. Okay? Nothing in connection with the content of those videos. Nada. Zilch. Nada. 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 Nothing. Nada. Nothing. So, according to R. Kelly, that wasn't him on the tape still to this day. It's not him on the tape, y'all. It's his brother. No, it's cousin Levi. It's Levi. Then she continues to say, it will probably force everyone to watch them again at the sentencing hearing, notwithstanding its fiend concern with the harm repeated viewings cause Jane. What? Why would this force anybody to watch this again at sentencing hearing? Who wants to watch this video again at sentencing hearing? Nobody. That's ridiculous. Stop on Jean. Stop with the theatrics. Girl. Where's your violins? We don't need them here, girl. No. Then she continues to say, there is no need. This court, the jury, and the parties watched and heard unnecessarily long excerpts of the videos at the government's insistence. That's called presenting evidence at court. So yeah, the jury must watch this because this is evidence that proves that R. Kelly was with these little girls. Okay? Especially his goddaughter. How about that? Then this crazy lady says, this evidence speaks for itself. She said, this evidence speaks for itself. And Kelly has expressly acknowledged the seriousness of those offenses in his sentencing memo. Right. Right. He understands it according to you in your sentencing memo that you wrote. I don't think so. Second, the government simply ignores the jury's verdict in this case, insisting on telling a narrative that their own witnesses did not tell, arguing inter alia. Okay, as we all know, remember, is amongst others, right? Amongst other things, right? That Kelly is still guilty of obstruction of justice and abusing Brittany and countless unknown and unidentified girls. Well, I mean, he abused her too. Just because she didn't show up, that didn't mean that she wasn't abused. Plus the 16 uncharged bad acts. I mean, that weren't even, he wasn't charged with. I mean, you know, right? Mm-hmm. Apparently, the government is not satisfied with having only 3 victims to fight for, and must rely on evidence that a jury expressly rejected to support its absurd request for a second life sentence for Kelly that would violate the ex post facto and apprehendere principles in any event. More on that later. Okay, right. And I forgot what the ex post facto and the apprehendere is too, but these are laws, right? Case laws that happen that they run with now. Now, she says that Kelly is not willing to accept responsibility for offenses for which he was acquitted and views the evidence presented at trial somewhat differently than the government. Does not mean he fails to grasp the seriousness of the offenses. Kelly has every right to advocate for himself and argue for a fair sentence that acknowledges the seriousness of the offenses while also pushing back on the government's embellished narrative that relies significantly on acquitted conduct. So, a blind reading of the government's sentencing memo would lead to the reader to believe that Kelly was convicted of every count in the government's indictment, including obstruction of justice, a myriad of child pornography trafficking offenses, and numerous inducement counts. So she's upset that the government is acting like his sentencing is more than what it is, because they're adding the obstruction of justice charges along with Brittany and probably Tracy and their charges. So therefore, she's trying to say that that's just overdoing it. Okay? Because he already has his child pornography trafficking offenses and his inducement in counts. And that's enough. Why is the government adding more? So this is Bonjean's argument. So she says he wasn't. The right to a jury trial is rather pointless if a defendant is going to be punished for offenses that a jury acquitted him of. You see? So she's like, why? Why is the government doing that and making this man look bad so that when these people read these motions out on YouTube, they make him look horrible? Then these idiots will think that he's being charged with obstruction of justice because his supporters are a bunch of idiots and they don't know what the fuck is going on with the paperwork. So you gotta say it straight, or these people are not gonna understand, and they're gonna be all over the place like they always are, because they just don't understand. Okay? Because they really don't understand the paperwork. They don't understand the paperwork. Period. You just a couple. So now the government also tramples Kelly's Fifth Amendment rights, asking this court to punish Kelly for not taking responsibility. The judge trampled on his Fifth Amendment right, okay? And they're punishing R. Kelly for not taking responsibility because he didn't plead guilty and because he didn't say, I apologize for the things I did wrong. I said it on Gayle King because I said on Gayle King that I apologize to those girls when I was in those relationships. You know, I'm a man at the end of the day, and I know I did what I did was wrong, but I apologize. Back then, in my way past, I apologize for being an idiot. Yeah, no. Right. Uh-huh. Then she says, not for nothing. The government knows full well that there never would have been a trial in this case if it did not insist that Kelly plead to counts of the indictment it lost anyway. Huh? Did I? Uh, wait a minute. What? What did I just read? Guys, what the fuck? What did I just read? What did I just read here? What? She said, not for nothing. Que di que not for nothing. Pero de nada. She said, de nada. You're welcome. Nothing for nothing. You're welcome. She said, not for nothing. But the government knows full well that there never would have been a trial in this case. I cannot. If it did not insist that Kelly pled to counts of the indictment, it lost anyway. I can't. The government was far more concerned with its press conference than a reasonable disposition in this case that would have allowed Kelly to take responsibility and spared certain victims the need to take the stand. Oh my God. She's trying to say that they would not have had to come back to court if it wasn't for the government bringing in Rashonda Landfair to come in and testify on a case that the government already lost, which was the state case in 2008. You see the shit she's saying right now? Do you see the shit she's saying? The bullshit she's saying? Seriously? Wow. You are something else, Bonjean. Girl, that's why you get paid the big bucks. That's why you get paid the big bucks. Then she says the government was far more concerned with its press conference than a reasonable disposition in this case that would have allowed Kelly to take responsibility and spared certain victims the need to take the stand. I fucking give up with this lady. You go, babe. Where's my water? Now, Bonjean, Rashonda Landfair never took the stand the first time. She never took the stand the first time. Okay? So, you didn't spare anything because it was her time to come up to the stand because she didn't the first time. Okay? She did not stand up for herself in 2008 because R. Kelly had her out of the country. Okay? for a couple of weeks, chilling in Mexico. Like, I'm chilling and I got a whole tattoo with R. Kelly on it that he made her cover up after she got it. But he wasn't hiding the victim, right? Right. Right. Kelly only raises this argument to counter the government's unfair claim that Kelly has demonstrated unwillingness to accept responsibility. Goddamn right, he's not accepting responsibility. He's not. He's out here doing YouTube speeches, talking about, oh my God, it's Tasha K's fault that I'm in jail. Oh my God, it's the BOP officer's fault that I'm in jail. Because if Azriel didn't read my email, she wouldn't have left me. She would never have left me, and I wouldn't be in jail. You're a dumbass because your ass would have been in jail with all the other girls. So shut up. Because Azriel wasn't the only girl you were convicted of. So let's get over that. Okay? All right. Then Bunjin continues to say that aside, Kelly can hardly take responsibility or show remorse in a manner that the government demands when it continues to indict him. Oh, they're indicting him some more? They are? There's more indictments? I didn't know that. There's more? What's she talking about? ¿Qué tú habla? ¿Qué tú habla, chica? Tú eres loca. You a crazy lady, okay? Tú eres loca. Crazy lady. Okay? Loca, loca, loca. Okay? Then she says, Kelly currently has pending charges in Minnesota and an appeal in the Eastern District of New York, to mention nothing of various civil lawsuits. Kelly enjoys a Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, and on the advice of counsel, asserts his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. The government is walking a constitutionality. I guess she meant to say constitutionally. The government is walking a constitutionally thin line when it urges increased punishment for Kelly because he allegedly shows no regret or fails to grasp the gravity of his criminal conduct against children. So the government is not in Kelly's head and cannot say what he feels or thinks. It should refrain from using his Fifth Amendment privilege against him. When federal and state prosecuting agencies stop indicting him, Kelly might be in a position to speak more freely about his regrets. But with pending criminal charges and the explosion of statutes across the country that extend and even abolish civil and criminal statutes of limitations for sex offenses, it is hard to know when that will be. Oh, spare me the violins. Bunjin, stop. He's still going to get 30 years. He's still going to get 30 years. Fuck out of here. What are we talking about here, lady? What are we talking about, lady? You bugging, lady. Loca, loca, loca. Hey, nosy housewife. What's up, baby? What's up, sister truth? What's up, baby? Brooklyn Chanel. What's up, lady? Haven't seen you in a minute, mama. God bless you, mama. Good to see you too, baby. Haven't seen you in a minute, lady. They probably were working on a plea deal. Who knows, Nosy? Right. Right. Right, Nexi. ¿Cómo qué? ¿Cómo qué pasó? Like, what are we talking about, bro? So then she continues to say, it is clear that if Kelly makes any argument that does not embrace the government's narrative, a narrative that ignores critical aspects of the trial evidence. Oh my God, I can't even believe she said that. Slap. Kelly will be accused of victim blaming. Kelly, through his counsel, has every right to remind the court of the actual evidence that was presented at trial, which does not conform to the government's depiction of him as a prolific sex trafficker of young girls. I think that's what he is. I mean, let's be real here. He's done taken girls, kept them, and traveled back and forth with them to do debauchery. What the fuck is that? The Mann Act, right? Also known as human trafficking, right? Right? Right. So Kelly repeatedly acknowledged in his sentencing memo that he has been convicted of serious crimes. But it is also true that his relationships with Jane and Pauline were not quite as the government suggests. She's trying to say that they had relationships. Those relationships were different. They were relationships. They were love. It was a relationship. It wasn't abuse. I cannot. OMG. How does a 31-year-old man be in a relationship with a 14-year-old girl? Ask me that. Huh? Answer me. Riddle me. How does the chicken cross the road, man? How? And why did he want to get to the other side? Huh? So Bonjean is saying that the inducement counts carry an offense of level 15. Okay? Then she comes down to speak about the fear factor. Okay? What's up, grown little boy? What's up, baby? What's up, baby? Exactly. Exactly, Miss Mo. That's what I'm saying. She's making it seem like the government is the one who abused the girls, not R. Kelly, by making them come back and take the stand. What? First of all, they never took the stand in the first place. They're doing it now for the very first time in their whole life. All these years, they've been holding R. Kelly's secret. That he's a bastard at the end of the day. And that he's a predator at the end of the day. A serial sexual predator at the end of the day. Thank God you're working, Poppy. God bless you, baby. Keep working and doing your thing. What's up, Sharice? What's up, mama? What's up, baby? Right, those tapes. Listen, R. Kelly was on those tapes. He did that shit. Okay, he did that shit. That's why he was convicted. Period. Punto. Point blank. He convinced them girls. He induced them girls. He enticed them girls to come over and hang out with them. He induced them he seduced them to touch themselves and things of this nature. He's a bastard. He's nasty. He likes little girls. Period. This is his preference. His brother said it. His preference. This is his preference. He loves little girls. What more do you want me to say? I like old hags and he likes little girls. That's what Bruce said. I mean, Carrie said he wanted to get help. He told the female pastor, I need help because you see this wall is full of porn. I don't know how to stop taping myself. These are the things that he did. Hi, baby. These are the things that he did. So I don't know what he did. You doing it again?
No, I put a false eyelash on.
Oh, I didn't even notice the eyelash.
You can't tell.
No, not at all. It's very nice. It's nice. How does it feel?
Cool.
Oh,
Doesn't even feel like I have anything on.
oh, good. You did a really good job.
I tried. You should see how I started out. It was up here.
Oh, Lord. Right, you got to get it
You
right
bring it
on
down.
the eye.
I cut it. And then I put it from here there. And then I had a piece. And then I put the other piece.
Okay. Very nice. Looks nice. See, and it's not too much. Like you said, not a lot. Like some of those girls put too much on their eyes. I can't.
They put the ones that are like, they look like a cow.
Right.
I'm not doing that. Look, you know.
I don't know. Yeah. Sorry, guys. My mom came up. She showed me her eyebrows. She's doing her lashes. I'm sorry. Mom's doing her lashes. She's getting ready for the Roaring 20s party.
She invited Eddie.
Oh, cool.
Nice. They gotta come.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
that's gonna be nice. You know?
I told Leah about it.
Okay.
So
They show up.
she'll show up. She said she wants to come. So I let her know about it. All right. So I love you. I'll see you later.
Love you, man. Good night.
Mom, it looks good, babe. You're welcome. Hey, Aunt Miss. What's up, SpongeBob? What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, girl, Melanie. What's up, lady? Leaving Walmart and drama in the party. Girl, Melanie. Stop. Fucking Walmart. I ain't gonna say no more. So, let's get back to the paperwork. So now, Bonjean is gonna talk about the fear factor. The government concedes, okay, that there is no evidence, y'all, that Kelly threatened or used force in connection with Jane, Nia, and Pauline, but nonetheless claims that he used fear to induce the prohibited sexual activity, and that the concept of fear should be defined broadly. And it should be defined broadly. There is many, many levels of fear. I mean, we could look that up too one day. To find that Kelly used fear based on the trial evidence would involve far more than a broad reading of the word fear. It would involve redefining the word fear and reading the requirement out of the sentencing statute altogether. She's a fucking girl. Go, Bunjin, go kick rocks. Seriously? I cannot. She is throwing stones. She's trying to break those windows, yo. You see her? What a little snobby ass. You see her? She crazy, y'all. She is crazy. Then she says, this court need only look to the Seventh Circuit authority to resolve this contested issue. The Seventh Circuit has defined fear as encompassing a threat or other fear-inducing coercion to overcome the victim's will. And then she cites a case law, okay, that was within the Seventh Circuit of 2018. Okay, that's the case law she cited, is that the Seventh Circuit defined that fear as encompassing a threat or other fear-inducing coercion to overcome the victim's will. And this is the case, Cates versus United States. So she cited a case law that goes with that. And she said fear is not merely pointing out that Kelly was an authoritative figure. Hold on. R. Kelly was an authoritative figure. He was an authoritative figure or an adult, as the government argues. And therefore, just by him being that alone and his presence of who he is as a superstar was fear alone for her. None of the victims testified that Kelly used any threat of any kind to gain their compliance in sexual activity, nor did he employ any fear-inducing coercion to overcome the victim's will. So she's trying to say, because R. Kelly didn't say, if you don't bring your ass over here right now, I'm going to do this and do that. Or just because he didn't say, well, if you don't suck my D, I'm going to slap the shit out of you. Just because he didn't do those things, he didn't put no fear in them. That just by him being a authoritative figure, an adult, isn't putting fear into them. Just because he's an authoritative figure or an adult doesn't mean that he was instilling fear in them. Well, telling the girl, well, if you don't be quiet, and let everybody know, shh, keep it a secret. That's fear enough. If you telling me to keep a secret, that's fear enough. So what would happen if I let this secret out? Does that mean you're going to kill me? If I tell somebody right now, because I forgot which girl it was that seen, it was Nia, I believe, saw R. Kelly with Rashonda, and he was doing whatever to her body, And he seen Nia and was like, oh, snap. Listen, whatever you see right here, I'm looking for something on her or whatever it was. I forgot what it was he said. But please don't say nothing. Like, this is what it was. It's nothing bad. It was just this. Right there, that just instilled some fear in her. You just coerced her to stand there and lie for you and act like you didn't see what you saw. Turn the blind eye. Because if you did see something, it would be a problem. I don't have to say it. It's not always what you say, it's how you say it. Remember that. So then she continues to say the government made no such argument at trial, and the jury certainly made no such findings. They made no such findings, but yet they convicted him just because they wanted to convict him. I guess. That's according to her, is what she's saying, right? Right? Like, what the fuck? These people are crazy. You know, he did things. He did things to these girls to coerce them, man, at the end of the day. The little shit he would say or do. You know, I remember he said to one of the girls, oh, I saw your mother, or I'll tell your mother you kissed somebody. You kissed a boy. Right? He told that to one of the girls. I think that was in the New York trial. Right? You know, he would do things like that. Oh, whose side are you on? You better pick the right side. You better not be on the wrong side. You better be on the right side. You know, things like that. He don't have to say, I'm going to kill you or beat the shit out of you or murk you or things of this nature. As the government said, the word fear is broadly. So now she says that the government relies on the United States versus Hensel, which is a case that happened in 2012, which was in the Seventh Circuit, to support its argument that fear doesn't really mean fear. Hensel does not stand for such a proposition. Rather, Hensel supports Kelly's argument that the government's evidence of fear was woefully lacking. So in Hensel, a 12-year-old girl called the police to report that she had just been sexually assaulted by the defendant in a hotel room. And that upon questioning by the police, the defendant conceded that he met the girl online and arranged to meet her at a local hotel after claiming to be 14 years old. When the victim finally met the defendant, she realized he was much older than 14 years of age and that the situation was scary because she was frightened. She complied with the defendant and went to the hotel room where he slapped her buttocks, which caused her to feel really uncomfortable. When the defendant began to physically touch her, she was really scared. And when he began to remove her clothes, she told him she was uncomfortable and crossed her legs to stop the defendant from removing her pants. The victim told the defendant she did not want to have sex, and the girl whimpered as he pressed on against her will. The victim ran out of the room and immediately called her mother and the police. And in Hensel, The Seventh Circuit found that the concept of fear is distinct from force. It further found the cross-reference was appropriate because the district court concluded that the defendant coerced the girl's participation in the prohibited sexual conduct despite her efforts to move away from him. Her crossed legs and resistance to undress her, her crying, and her 10 or more protests that she did not want to participate. The victim testified that she was scared, and that is why she complied with his demands. So Bonjean is trying to say that being that none of the girls said, I was scared, that's why I did this. Or, I told him no, I didn't want to do it. And he still persisted to keep on going. All the girls are just saying, well, I did as I was told. That's all they would say, is that they did what they were told. They didn't say I was scared, so I did as what I was told. But that enough should let you know that they were scared because they were young. They were little girls. They did what they were told because they didn't know what R. Kelly would do. And they weren't about to test him because he was an authority figure, an adult who they trusted. So these girls were scared, period. They didn't have to say they were. They were. Now, this case is entirely inapt because Jane, Pauline, and Nia never testified to being scared to engage in the prohibited sexual contact with Kelly. Importantly, none of them testified that Kelly did anything to overcome their will. Of course, there is not a defense to the underlying inducement count and is certainly not tantamount to victim blaming. But there is no question that using coercion, threats, and fear to induce prohibited sexual activity is not the same as persuading or enticing a teenager into the prohibited conduct. The government refuses to acknowledge this distinction. First of all, Bonjean, at the end of the day, these girls were minors. Period. Whether they were scared or they weren't scared, whether they wanted it or they didn't want it, they were minors. And that is the point, that they were minors. So therefore, they were coerced and induced and enticed by his mere presence. By his mere presence. Because they knew who this man was. He induced these girls with things that I bet you they could have. You want a career? You want shoes? You want this? You want that? I got you. Inducement, enticement, persuasion. Oh, well, if you come over here, I'll make sure you have the best hotel. Okay? You come meet me tonight. All right? All right. That's all he had to do. Look deep into their eyes. Then she says, absurdly, the government attempts to analyze this case to the Fifth Circuit case, United States versus Lucas, which is a 1998 case, that for the proposition that fear can include a scenario where the defendant would react badly if she, the victim, did not meet his demands, or may emanate from a defendant's control over a victim's everyday life. Now, in Lucas, the defendant was the warden of jail in Eunice, Mississippi, who repeatedly raped an inmate. There, the defendant pleaded guilty and admitted that he coerced the female inmate to engage in sexual intercourse and other sexual acts, and that the sexual acts were unwanted. There, the court found that the warden used actual force to rape the inmate, not merely his powers as a warden. Now, critically, the Fifth Circuit observed that fear is interpreted broadly, but this element is satisfied when the defendant's actions implicitly place the victim in fear of some bodily harm. Now, Lucas only proves Kelly's argument. Now, Kelly's tactics, as determined by the jury, may have satisfied the elements of persuasion or inducement, but they fall far short of demonstrating that he placed the victim in fear of some bodily harm or any other type of harm. Similarly, United States versus Castillo, the 10th Circuit case in 1998, does not help the government's argument. There, the defendant was convicted of sexually abusing his 2 minor children. On appeal, the defendant challenged the fear element. Again, the court held the element is satisfied when the defendant's actions implicitly place the victim in fear of some bodily harm. The court found that fear could be inferred in this case because the nature of the circumstances that a male parent attempting to perform sexual acts with his children would place them in fear of bodily harm because the victims had witnessed the defendant physically abuse their mother on many occasions and had physically abused his children. So she's trying to say because there was physical abuse, that's part of bodily harm. And because there was some type of force of threat, that's because there was fear. That was the fear that was instilled in these cases. And that these girls had no fear instilled into them just because he was R. Kelly. This is her argument. So now she continues to say, the same cannot be said here. Jane, Pauline, and Nia did not fear any bodily harm when they engaged in prohibited sexual conduct with Kelly when they were underage. So if he was telling these girls to make these videos and then they didn't do it right, then he made them do it again and yelled at them and made them cry, that wasn't some type of force? That wasn't some type of fear? Are you kidding me? Really? Wow. Wow. That is funny. Bonjean, you crazy girl. You crazy lady. There is simply no analogous case anywhere that supports the government's definition of fear. If this court were to embrace the government's definition of fear, it would simply be reading fear out of the section. The government is free to argue that Kelly used all types of inappropriate tactics to engage the minors into prohibited sexual activities, but fear is simply not among them. So now Bunjean is saying, yes, R. Kelly should have been charged, but the government charged him with the wrong thing. Yeah, this is her defense for him. Right. This is the reason why he shouldn't get the amount of years that he should get. This is what she's trying to say. So, the government is free to argue that Kelly used all types of inappropriate tactics to engage the minors into prohibited sexual activities, but fear is simply not among them. Let me do something real quick. Let's see here. So fear is a noun, okay? And fear is an unpleasant, often strong emotion caused by anticipation or awareness of danger. An instance of this emotion, a state marked by this emotion: anxious, concern, solitude, profound reverence, and awe, especially toward God. Reason for alarm, danger. Fear as a verb. Feared, fearing, or fears, right? Transverb is to be afraid of, except with alarm. You fear the worst. To have a reverential awe of, the fear of God. Archiac, frighten, to feel fear in oneself. Intransitive verb is to be afraid or apprehensive, feared for their lives, or feared to go out at night. Fear would be, the synonyms would be an alarm, dread, horror, terror, fearfulness, panic, anxiety, fright, scare. The verb would be bother, stew, trouble, fret, stress, worried, fuss, sweat. Okay? Fear, dread, fright, alarm, panic, terror. They mean painful agitation in the presence or anticipation of danger. So there you have it. Anticipation of danger will cause somebody fear. Okay? Fear is the most general term and implies anxiety and usually loss of courage. So right now, this little girl is being told to take off her clothes. Now she is exhuming some type of anxiety. And right now she has lost her courage to say no. which is also known as the fear of the unknown. Because if she says no, she's not going to know what's going to happen to her. So that is known as the fear of the unknown, Bonjean. And if I was the prosecutors, I would fight back with that one. That little girl had anxiety. They did have fear, which implies to anxiety and usually loss of courage. And that's exactly what happened to those little girls. Every time R. Kelly would ask a little girl to do something, right then and there on the spot out of nowhere, he would just say, take off your clothes. He's not asking you. He's telling you, take off your clothes. So this little girl is going to exude fear. She's going to have anxiety and she's going to have loss of courage. Okay? So let's kill that noise. All right? Bonjean? All right. Now, in sum, the inducement counts each carry an offense level of 15. Now, Kelly did not use threats or force to induce Jane, Pauline, and Dia into the prohibited sexual conduct, nor did he cause them to fear bodily harm or any type of harm to induce the prohibited sexual conduct. Simply put, the tactics that the government claims Kelly used were very different. The government claims Kelly groomed the minors. He sure the fuck did. He showered them with affection. He did. He bought them presents. He did. Like a PT Cruiser. He sure did. He promised them various things. He did. And wooed them with his superstar power. And yup, you fucking right. He did, Bungie. He did. Girl. Then she says, none of these facts let Kelly off the hook for his conduct, which is why he stands convicted of 3 counts of inducement. But the government cannot now claim he also used fear of bodily harm with the victims when the victims made no such claims. The government advanced no such theory, even in the alternative. And the record suggests that the jury rejected any notion that the sexual abuse was committed through acts of coercion. Applying an appropriate offense level to the inducement counts is not going easy on Kelly. It is applying the law appropriately and fairly to Kelly. And you goddamn right it is, Bonjean. It sure is. Okay. The sentencing factors, according to what Bonjean is saying, right? She's saying that the government argues that Kelly's desire to sexually abuse children is unsustainable, it repeatedly advanced a false claim that Kelly has been abusing countless underage girls for decades. And he has been. And it's been proven. Unfortunately, for the government, their evidence comes up short on this bold allegation that indeed the government continues to exaggerate the evidence against Kelly, apparently not satisfied by the jury's verdict or the harms caused to Jane, Pauline, and Nia. So the government is exaggerating the evidence, y'all. Oh, wow. This court is obligated to consider the charged conduct and relevant conduct to the extent allowable, not the government's sweeping claims that are more appropriate for a Lifetime docuseries than a court of law. Oh, Lord. She had to be dramatic with that. Girl, give me the violence. Okay, so the government is correct that Kelly was convicted of having an illegal sexual relationship with Jane and Pauline that started when they were 14. He was convicted of creating child pornography when he video recorded his sexual contact with Jane. That's absolutely correct. The government is correct. She's saying that the government is correct, guys. And he was convicted of creating child pornography when he video recorded his sexual contact with Jane. Kelly was also convicted of fondling 15 or 16-year-old Nia on a single occasion in Chicago. She also alleged that Kelly touched her and masturbated on a single occasion in Minnesota. This conduct is serious enough, but the government insists on exaggerating Kelly's misdeeds, sounding more like a teaser for the next installation of Surviving R. Kelly than lawyers. I can't with her. Did she just say that? Bitch. Really? I cannot. The government declares Kelly a prolific sexual abuser of children, but resorts to manufacturing evidence related to Aaliyah that has never been proven as support for this claim. Manufactured evidence related to Aaliyah. What is the manufacturing evidence related to Aaliyah that has never been proven as support for this claim? I want to know. Very interesting. What is she talking about, guys? I'm confused here. I'm very confused here. Somebody help me out here. Hold on, wait. I gotta go to see what y'all talking about. Because what the fuck? What? SpongeBob! What's up, puppy? Tears. Can someone please inform Dana that the Chicago Police Department are unable to protect the citizens here Therefore, they definitely won't be able to help him. Okay, I don't know about the Chicago PD, but you know more than me, the truth. Okay. I think you just informed him the truth. You know, Bozo or his minions are watching. Right. She's been listening to Levi. Right. That part, guys. Boho's part of the enterprise. What Boho is saying, it's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. Why not me? Okay. Exactly, SpongeBob. Okay. She's saying that only because his conspirators were found innocent. So she's saying the government was spinning that story. Oh, right. The only reason why, like I said, they got away with that shit is because 3 very important key players that were supposed to be part of this trial were dead. Okay? That's why they got away with that shit. The government declares Kelly a prolific sexual abuser of children, but resorts to manufacturing evidence related to Aaliyah that has never been proven as support for this claim. Kelly is convicted of serious crimes as it is, yet the government is so committed to obtaining another life sentence for him that it resorts to invoking unsubstantiated Aaliyah claims, perpetuating rumors from tabloid docuseries and attributing hyperbolic labels to Kelly rather than relying on the actual evidence to support its ask. I guess she meant to say to support its task. The government spends a significant portion of its sentencing memo arguing that the distribution and trafficking in child pornography cases significant harm to a victim and society at large beyond the mere production of the pornography. Kelly agrees. As the government pointed out, the victimization of the children involved does not end when the photographer's camera is put away, which is precisely why Kelly and others continue to wait for the government to indict those individuals responsible for stealing and distributing the video of Jane, including Jane's aunt Stephanie Edwards Sparkle, who stole the videotape and gave at least one copy to Sun-Times reporter Jim DeRogatis, who then shared the transported the video to other people, places. I cannot. So, Bonjane, Bo, you better stop listening to these YouTube people, please. I beg of you, girl. No. Stephanie Edwards did not steal a tape. Okay. Stephanie Edwards found out about a tape from Jim, because Jim called her and told her, I want to talk to you, young lady. I have a videotape here that I think you need to see. It might have somebody you know on it. Okay? And Jim Derogatis showed the tape to Sparkle. And then he went to the cops. Okay? That's what happened. He didn't transport it to nobody else but the police. And extortionists Chuck Freeman and Lisa Van Allen. Of course, there is no disputing that if the video was never created, it could not have entered the public sphere. But Kelly has already been convicted and will be punished for the creation of the video. I agree, Bonjean. I think that whoever made a copy of that tape and decided to distribute it to the streets should be in jail. I agree with you 1,000%. Whoever did that to that little girl, fuck R. Kelly. Whoever did that to that little girl should definitely be in jail because they distributed child pornography. I agree. I agree. But it wasn't Stephanie Edwards and it wasn't Jim Derogatis. Now, Chuck Freeman, I don't know. Keith Merrill, I don't know. Barry Hankerson, I don't know. Carrie Kelly, I don't know. Demetria Smith, I don't know. Those people, you got to go talk to them about that. That's who I think you need to go talk to about that. The government has no choice but to concede that Kelly had no role in placing the images into the public domain, which of course does not relieve him of liability for creating it. So in other words, Bonjean's like, he might be responsible for creating it, but he wasn't responsible for distributing it on the streets. So, but it also does not mean that his sentence should be enhanced for distributing it. Indeed, it was the government's star witnesses who were responsible for that, rather than prosecute those people for that specific harm caused to Jane. The government doled out immunity agreements and even falsely indicted Kelly for abusing Lisa Van Allen, who consistently lied about everything, from her age to the number of videos she stole to the contents of the videos. By her own admission, she repeatedly robbed Kelly and engaged in a decades-long scheme to extort Kelly and others. Now, the government's point is well taken that Jane continues to suffer harm by each viewing of the images. But Kelly is not 100% responsible for that harm. I can't believe she said that. If the government seeks to vindicate that wrong, it should indict those who trafficked the video. I agree. You should definitely indict those who trafficked that video, as well as the people who made the copies to put it on the street. I agree. There should be a case opened into that, and I agree with that. Wholeheartedly, I agree. I agree. So now she's going to talk about, the sentencing and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get into all that. Okay. Now, the government offers no compelling basis for running this sentence consecutive. So she's arguing that the government has no kind of basis for running his sentence consecutively, that they should run it concurrent. This is her argument. So the government acknowledges that this court has the discretion to run this sentence concurrent to his Eastern District sentence, but urges a consecutive sentence because, one, Kelly lacks remorse, and two, there are different victims involved in this case. So the government's argument in favor of a consecutive sentence falls flat. Yeah. First of all, there is no authority for the proposition that Kelly should face increased punishment because he defends himself at his sentencing hearing. Kelly has repeatedly acknowledged the seriousness of the offenses for which he stands convicted, that the government seeks not one, but two life sentences for Kelly, while similarly situated people avoid government scrutiny, are widely celebrated, and even hold elected positions in Congress. Does seem a little unfair. So Kelly has merely pointed out the disproportionate treatment as grounds for arguing that one life sentence is enough, not to minimize the conduct for which he has been convicted. That the government asked this court to run his sentence consecutive because he dares to point out that his treatment by the criminal justice system has been excessive and disproportionate is not the same as blaming the victims, and does mean that he is not rehabilitated. Moreover, Kelly's silence as to the question of whether he is remorseful about conduct for which he has been convicted is not evidence of lack of rehabilitation. It's evidence that he is represented by counsel who has advised him to remain silent in the face of pending criminal indictments. It is a blatant violation of Kelly's Fifth Amendment rights to ask for increased punishment on the grounds of lack of rehabilitation, because he has not accepted responsibility for his conduct when the government knows full well that Kelly is still under indictment in other jurisdictions. So at the end of the day, Bonjean, the judge is the one who's going to come down on his sentencing, not the prosecutors. So you need to be worried about what the judge is going to say and not what the prosecutors have been thinking. You got this shit all twisted, lady. I'm sorry. Moreover, the government is knowingly advancing a lie. The government knows very well that Kelly was willing to accept responsibility for certain conduct. if Mr. Kelly was really willing to accept responsibility for certain conduct, I think he would have pled guilty, Miss Bonjean. Don't you think? Yeah, I think so. I think so. I truly think so. Yeah. Yeah. But it was the government that pushed this case to a trial, insisting on guilty pleas to offenses that resulted in acquittals anyway, and for refusing to show its hand on its sentencing request or take an above guideline sentence off the table. The government wanted its trial, and now it wants another life sentence for Kelly. You're goddamn right we do. You're right. The government surely does. He's got to be accountable for his actions. Stop being loud. It does not apparently want to prosecute the other wrongdoers in this case or the countless other celebrities who have committed similar conduct. Contrary to the government's argument, the conduct charged in New York covered the conduct charged here. It is true that Jane, Pauline, and Nia did not testify in New York, but they certainly could have, and nothing stopped the government from charging these offenses in that indictment. The government essentially concedes that it pulled out a handful of minors to bring in the instant indictment for no good reason. Oh, Lord have mercy. The government does not even attempt to argue that the charges brought in the instant indictment could not have been borrowed in the NDNY case. The government now claims that a 300-month consecutive sentence is appropriate to account for the specific harm of these three minors. In making that argument, the government concedes that it engaged in piecemeal prosecution to enhance Kelly's sentence. The government fails to explain why substantial incremental punishment is justified here when Kelly is likely to die in prison anyway. The sentencing factors instruct this court to consider a number of factors, but that each victim get allotted a certain number of years is not among them. A concurrent sentence is what fairness demands. In its quest to ensure that Kelly never sees the light of day, the government fails to give any consideration to the significant mitigation he has presented. What about all the years that these girls have been through stuff? What about Rashonda Landfair and what she went through as a child? The government is going to think about that, Bonjean. R. Kelly went through what he's went through. At the end of the day, I feel sorry for that child. But the man he became, I don't feel sorry for. Because he knew what he was doing. The government asked this court to ignore its responsibility to consider the individual characteristics of the defendant and join its bloodthirsty campaign to make Kelly a symbol of the Me Too movement rather than treat him as a human being who should be appropriately punished. He is being treated as a human being who should be appropriately punished. He's got many girls under his belt that he has been accused of hurting. And therefore, these girls went to court, testified against this man, and now he has his consequences to deal with. Period. He is going to be punished appropriately. 30 plus 30. No greater or less than anyone else similarly situated. And in conclusion, for the foregoing reasons, the applicable guideline range of 135 to 168 months imprisonment. No upward variance is justified, and numerous factors justified a sentence at the lower ends of the guidelines range. Moreover, fairness demands that the sentence run concurrent to the Eastern District, New York sentence, which is statistically speaking a life sentence. Respectfully submitted, Miss Bonjean, R. Kelly's lawyer. Okay. And that is the end of that. Okay. It's crazy. Let's see what we got. Where was I at last? Okay, Andrew, plot twist. This is Levi's document. All right. Okay. I'm so sick of people thinking because someone is dead, the undisputable evidence available can still convict them. Aaliyah does not have to be alive to testify. That's a bunch of shit. Technically, Aaliyah never testified, so she's saying they put a bunch of stuff together to make the charge. Work ain't honest, but it pays the bills. Continue when there is mounting evidence of proof. She's saying if he was as bad as they say, they should have more evidence. No, she meant ask. Oh, okay. She's saying they are asking for a big sentence, but they haven't proven that he was all that bad. She keeps forgetting about those videos. This sounds like bullshit. The flower lady would write, not an appellate lawyer. She's writing to fans, not the judge. Right, that's what I think, SpongeBob. Like, what is she doing? Nixie says, there they go again with poor Sparkle. For real. Leave Sparkle alone. She's the one who wanted her niece to get justice in the first place. Why did she just say Jimmy D transported that tape? RSK kept it in his backpack like Dora. For real, Miss Mo. Exactly. Leave Uncle Jim alone. For real. They love to forcing blame on Sparkle and Uncle Jim. For real. And Uncle Jim said that it could have been, he thinks it was the Nation of Islam who dropped that tape in his lap. That's who he think did it. She didn't even know and was the only one defending and trying to protect her niece. Exactly, next. Exactly. My side eye on Barry. Okay, me too, Miss Mo. Jim said he thought the Nation of Islam had it. Exactly. Barry was an active member at the time. Exactly. 100. Dana J, I don't know. I don't know why she put, okay. Demetrius needs to be in jail. Facts. Since he want to be so involved in everything. Oh, okay. I think the creation is worse for obvious reasons. It wouldn't have been distributed if it wasn't made, dingbat. I mean, she was saying that, she's like, I know that R. Kelly is responsible for creating it, but no, bitch, no. If he wouldn't have made the video, period, then this wouldn't be like that. So is RK responsible for anything, Boho? Come on, Thursday. For real. She's worried more about who put out the tape than who made and directed it. Right. And the judge is going to look at this shit and be like, what the fuck? Is she serious right now? Do I have to take her serious? This looks like R. Kelly wrote it himself. Who's on the tape? And why wasn't this handled 30 years ago? RK, can you answer? Right. What mitigation? The dumb fan letters? Right, SpongeBob. Does she realize that what he did to those girls was done to him by a teenager? And I don't think he liked this, so he grew up to abuse teenagers. I don't know. But I know that he's done. We all know he's done. Boho, step away from the weed, because you sound crazy as fuck. Nah, man, she ain't smoking weed sounding like that, Cherie. Are you kidding me? She ain't a pothead. I'm a pothead. She ain't no pothead. She needs to lay off the liquor. That's what she needs to lay off. Boho, step away from the Hennessy bottle, please. Please. Step away. Like, what the hell? And then Bonjean had a nerve to recite, okay, in her footnotes, when she was in the motion that I just read now, she spoke about Congress, okay, and how somebody in Congress is getting away with shit. Come to find out, she's talking about Matt Gaetz. She said that she put in her motion in the footnotes, she put an article. Let me show you the article. Let me show y'all the article. She put in this article that talks about Matt Gaetz. Says that the DOJ officially decides not to charge Matt Gaetz in sex trafficking probe. That's what she's talking about. Why is it that he's getting away with it and not R. Kelly? So she says the Justice Department has informed lawyers for Representative Matt Gaetz and multiple witnesses that it will not bring charges against the Florida Republican after a years-long federal sex trafficking investigation. Senior officials reached out to lawyers for multiple witnesses on Wednesday. A source familiar with the matter told CNN to inform them of the decision not to prosecute Gaetz. The final decision was made by Department of Justice leadership after investigators recommended against charges last year. We have just spoken with the DOJ and have been informed that they have concluded their investigation into Congressman Gaetz and allegations related to sex trafficking and obstruction of justice, and they have determined not to bring any charges against him. Now, Gates' lawyers, Mark Muxey and Isabel Krishner, said in a statement. Now, Tim Jansen, a high-powered lawyer representing the congressman's ex-girlfriend, said that the Department of Justice officials reached out to him Wednesday and told him they would not be charging Gates. The ex-girlfriend was a key witness in the case and had testified before the grand jury in Orlando last year. The congressman's office said in a separate statement that the department informed them the investigation has ended and no charges will be brought. The Department of Justice's formal decision not to charge Gates, who has been serving in Congress since 2017, marks the end of a long-running investigation into allegations that the congressman violated federal law by paying for sex, including with women who were younger than 18 years old. Gates has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing. Now, prosecutors working on the case recommended against charging Gates in September, in part because of questions over whether central witnesses in the investigation would be perceived as credible before a jury. Now, CNN reported at the time. But the final decision not to move forward with charges came from senior department officials. Now, the DOJ declined to comment. The investigation into Gates began in late 2020 under then Attorney General Bill Barr, but ramped up significantly after Gates' close friend, Joel Greenberg, pleaded guilty to 6 federal crimes, including a sex trafficking charge, and agreed to cooperate with prosecutors. Greenberg's cooperation led investigators to look at Gates, along with other allies of Greenberg, for any alleged sex trafficking or obstruction of justice. So, Matt Gates was being investigated because there was an investigation into another person who was a friend of Gates, who pleaded guilty to 6 federal crimes. His name is Joel Greenberg. And they also included sex trafficking. So, Greenberg's cooperation led investigators to look at Gates, along with other allies of Greenberg, for any alleged sex trafficking or obstruction of justice. So the investigation also scrutinized several Gates associates, including Dr. Jason Pizzolo, who accompanied Gates on a 2018 trip to the Bahamas. That was a key focus of investigators. Pizzolo was pushed out of his medical practice after his name surfaced in some reports about the investigation. So in a statement, his attorney, David Haas, said, "Today we were informed by the Department of Justice that it is ending its investigation. Dr. Pizzolo requests that he and his family's privacy be respected, as the last few years have been extremely difficult to endure." Now, 2 other people in Gates' orbit also became key cooperators, including the ex-girlfriend who worked on Capitol Hill and has been linked to Gates as far back as the summer of 2017, and a Florida radio host who began cooperating after pleading guilty in a separate bribery scheme. Then, by late 2022, there were several signs that the Justice Department's case had nearly ground to a halt. The most obvious indicator was that prosecutors finally agreed to schedule a sentencing date for Greenberg after months of delays while he continued to cooperate with the ongoing Gates probe. So Greenberg was sentenced to 11 years in prison in December. Okay. And this story came out wow. It was updated February 15th of 2023. Okay. All right, guys. So yeah. So she put in there about Matt Gaetz to say the government stopped his thing, his probe. You know, when she was saying about more indictments and this, that, and the third. Yeah. Looks like there are more criminals in Congress than anywhere. Gates should be in jail for many crimes. He is absolute scum. She should know that RK didn't hang with the big dogs because he's a puppy. Interesting. They didn't prosecute because it would open up a whole bigger portal of high influential people. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, not that Greenberg. It's another Greenberg, guys. Girl, the DOJ is not the Northern District of Illinois. Let the DOJ handle that business. We are talking about RSK. Right. T-Bam, he was probably in that book. Shaking my head. It probably was a lot of congressmen in Epstein's black book. I'm pretty sure there were. Yes, there were. Right. Everyone else but RK. Matt Gaetz should be in jail too. The fuck? Yeah. Allegedly, he ain't mess with no girls. Yeah, no. Good night, Cherise. Good night, Mama. I'm about to end this live too, guys. Half of Congress is probably in that little black book. I'm pretty sure he's a mutt. You're right, an infected mutt. Oh man. Oh man. So yeah, before we go, I wanted to leave you guys with this little clip from I'm going to play this clip. It's a video from a YouTuber named Frankly Speaking Media. And they posted this 20 hours ago. Okay. I'm going to put his video in the chat. Please go and subscribe to his channel. Show him some love if you don't mind, guys. All right. Oh, no. What the heck? No, hold on. I'm going to put this video in the chat. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Something just happened here. Give me a moment. I tried to put it in the chat and something else came out here. No, this is not what I wanted to put in the chat. It's some other thing came out. I'm gonna have to do it again. Okay. I don't know what the hell happened here. I did something wrong, guys. Give me a second, y'all. Okay. Okay, let me rewind it again. All right. Now. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, guys. As I said, I'm going to play this video from Frankly Speaking Media. Okay? And it's a video with Jaguar Wright and Legina Gold. Okay? I want you guys to let me know what you think about this video as I'm playing it. Okay? Let me share my video. As I said, guys, go to his video. Shout out to Frankly Speaking Media. Shout out to you for this video. Guys, if you can, give him a thumbs up on his video. Subscribe to his channel. Thank you. Give this man his props. All right, here we go. Let me... Oh, wait. Shit. Hold on. All right. Let me know, guys, when I do share it now. If you guys can hear it, give me a thumbs up, okay? Because I'm going to go on mute.
She's scaring me. Whatever I gave it to her willingly. Love and charity is not a scam. Like, I don't know, maybe y'all don't know what it means to be a Christian. They don't know how to be kind no more. Like, you know. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? I'm just doing what Jesus told me to do. Love everybody, even my enemies, and this girl ain't my enemy. I didn't even know she was praying for me. I was, so
bye, next mama. Have a good night, mommy.
I had no idea. If y'all didn't know nothing, now you know. Because I was in a bad way for a while, and I was telling her about it. And she said, Jaguar, I was praying for you. And I said, for real? And then almost a year. I'm like, y'all not about to. She sent me a DM while I was in the hospital. I ain't even known about it. I ain't gonna lie. I've been lying to people. I've been telling them I've been checking my messages. I'm too busy. I ain't check shit. I had to show her. I'm like, I'm the one that reached out in January 11th, last month. Right before I went to the hospital. And before I went to the hospital, too. Yeah, we both went to the hospital. And yes, we took our meds today. Said you're also worried about our mental health. She's sitting at the bar and drinking juice. I'm not. I'm drinking juice, you guys. This is my second cup. Yeah, I got her. I'm taking care of her. Shame on y'all. Why you so hateful? Somebody said, "But this girl is disrespectful." You gonna see? But this girl is disrespectful. Disrespectful to who? We'll talk about my parents' legacy, probably.
No, they're not in a mental hospital.
Y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see for yourself. She's taking the DNA test. We have her with a therapist who's going to handpick the right person to do her hypnosis session to unlock all of her jumbled memories. And she's going to do it live on WTVnetwork.com. And available on Roku. And yes, you know what praying is? It's doing this, okay? It's hoping. My intention is for her to get better. If you don't know what praying is, then I think you need to go back to church or go back to whatever temple. And then when you find out that she's my mother, you need to start speaking on her like we know her. Only I knew her, okay? I'm not gonna say I'm the only one that knew her. I'm curious. I want to ask y'all something. How crazy do you think I am? I want to take a little test. Yeah. Put one in the chat if you think Legina is telling the truth. I'm gonna give it a second.
She said, put a 1 in the chat if you think Regina is telling the truth. We over here is going to say, put a 2 in the chat if you think Legina is lying. Put a 1 in the chat if you think these women are crazy. Like, what the hell? Like, this woman Jaguar is taking advantage of her. That's how I see it. I don't think she's helping her. I think she's taking advantage of her. I don't see nothing good coming out of this at all. At all.
That's one person, that's two people, that's three people. Two. They're undecided. One.
Hey, Fat
Like
Town.
50-50. To me, what about you? And if you undecided. Now, I said to this young woman that I was going to choose to believe her until the results come in. Now, when the results come in, if it says she's not their daughter, guess what? I'm gonna help her anyway. Because something happened to this young woman. Her mind has been played with and messed with. She has multiple IDs, missing passports, birth certificates, and she's been shuffled around like a sex trafficking victim. So even if she ain't their child, there is something in her mind that people don't want nobody to know. And we gonna find it out. When it's true, I am her child, my mother's child. What you gonna do then? Y'all better not say all this stuff. I'm gonna take my glasses off for this one. is Joanne So. But she looked like Joanne Kelly to me.
You don't look like no damn Joanne Kelly. Stop gassing her up.
Y'all going so hard on distorting the narrative. Only people do that is people that got something to hide.
Who y'all some agents? Y'all some agents, aren't you?
I hope ain't none of them African or
Hey, Noel, what's up, mama?
Motherfuckers stay off my back. Y'all got on there lied. Said you been calling the girl. The girl, you ain't called this child.
Yeah, nobody called my phone. Not even one time. Not even one time. And I'm like, so who y'all talk about?
Show me call off. This girl ain't got nothing to hide.
You know who Jay says? Let me see no numbers. You know who Jay says? She called me more times than anybody else.
Exactly, Jackie.
And this is older. And then the uncle called one time.
You're absolutely right,
He
Nexie.
called one time on Friday.
But they did take the time to send her a link to a video that said that I run a sex phone. They took the time for that though.
And then they asked where I was at.
And went to the bloggers. You didn't go to the police. You accused me of kidnapping, but you ain't go to the police. You accused me of manipulating and scamming her. And I done nothing but took care of her like she one of my own.
Now you calling me a demon? Why?
Where was all this energy when Aaliyah died in that plane crash and everything was suspicious?
What happened then?
You know what? Y'all need to put some of that energy into.
Go find my mother.
I got something for you. Why don't y'all give some of this energy to Hype fucking Williams?
Yeah, hype. I got a problem with you too. How you gonna say my mama playing? What, did you need it? Did you need it? Hype.
Is she really saying, why did you take my mama away?
You shot Aaliyah's last video. You shot Kemp C last video. How many other people did he kill that you shoot the last video? You ain't a videographer. You're a video obituarist. You've done a whole lot of videos, Hype, of a lot of people that ain't here no more. You was their last video. And Aaliyah was good to you. She gave you all her videos. You made a name doing Aaliyah videos.
I agree, girl, Melanie.
Why don't y'all send some of this energy?
Mental health therapy should definitely be free, man. It shouldn't cost a thing. So many people need it, and so many people are not receiving it. This is a fact.
To Hype Williams, who took her functional plane and stuck her with the commuter bullshit Cessna that she died in. Matter of fact, why don't y'all take some of that energy and go talk to Fatima Robinson?
Yeah, where's she at?
Because Fatima Robinson was the one that was there when Aaliyah got the call that said Dame was fitting to die and she had to hurry and get to Miami. I think Fatima signed the NDA because she stopped telling the truth in her interview. Her story changed over the years.
What's up, Keith?
Y'all got all this energy for this girl. All she want to know is who she is.
You're right, Keith.
Take some of that energy. Give it to Fatima Robinson. Give it to Hype Williams. Fuck. Give it to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Go there.
They the ones that ordered the hit. Y'all want to be mad about Aaliyah and her legacy being 10. She could. She grown.
Jaguar is definitely putting a battery in her back, and I don't think this is good.
If she want to change her name to Aaliyah baby girl, legally, she can. She grown.
Can I get some pretzels?
I just want to know why all these people so worried about what a grown woman does with her life.
Thank you.
She pushing 30 years old. And all of y'all real concerned about what she doing with her life. Even if being here with me is a bad idea and she wasted herself, it's her choice. She damn near, she old enough to be somebody mammy. She can push a whole baby out.
I am.
So why these people handling her like she 14 years old still?
Because they're getting paid off of it.
They put her in a hospital. They put her in a psych ward. These people that love her so much.
Go look up the second family. Why they didn't get their real blessings their help? You know this one.
I'ma unlock her mind.
You hear her?
So
I'm gonna
she
unlock
can
her
meet
mind.
herself for the first time. And it's all going down on DollarWTVNetwork.com and available on Roku.
And she's saying it's on a TV show. What?
And subscribe today and see everything. Because we're showing everything.
You see how she's trying to exploit her by saying it's going to be on some TV podcast show, blah, blah, blah. That is crazy. Right, Keith. She got the mental sense of a child. It's so weird. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing with this young lady? Like, first of all, you ain't straight in your head. And then you're going to try to, what? This makes no sense. Makes no sense. I wonder why, right? Because ella loca. Ella loca, that's why. Is she a crazy lady? You know what I mean? Like, I can imagine. She probably abuses the husband, you know, because she ain't got it all up there. You could see the way she treated him on camera that day that she got arrested and stuff like that.
This interview with Legit and available on Roku.
Oh, look what she's gonna say. Listen to what she says. Watch.
They're real blessings their help. You know this one.
I'ma unlock her mind so she can meet herself for the first time. And it's all going down on DollarWTVNetwork.com and available on Roku. Subscriptions are $9.99 a month. Register and subscribe today and see everything. Because we're showing everything. This interview with Legita is not going to be easy. It's going to be about 6 parts.
For Elijah, you need to admit who his real daddy is.
She said this interview is going to be 6 parts. She's trying to make fun of Surviving R. Kelly. Because Surviving R. Kelly, the first thing was 6 parts. And it's $9.99 for subscription. She's trying to make money off this little girl. I mean, she's not really a little girl. She's a grown woman. But she's still young. She doesn't even know this girl. Exactly. This is insane. It is. Now, if she not up and something happens to Jag, if she not up, okay, and something happens to Jag, then what? Right, like what? Then what's gonna happen? She needs to run fast away from Jaguar, right? I won't be watching. I won't be watching either. Like, who's gonna pay for this? Are people really gonna pay for this shit? Like, what? Let's continue this video. It's got like 5 more minutes.
He's always his little brother. Say that. Let the world know, Elijah.
Everything. This interview with Legina is not going to be easy. It's going to be about 6 parts.
For Elijah, you need to admit who his real daddy is. He's always his little brother. Say that. Let the world know, Elijah. Uncle. Uncle, come on. You ain't gonna get in trouble no more. All I'm still gonna pay you.
This girl is about to meet herself for the first time. Celebrate that. I got the munchies like a mom. Shit, I ain't gonna lie. I told you I took my medicine. But your mother said, bitch, go suck a dick. Now.
So my first family and my second family to sue me. Sue me if I'm lying. Sue me for defamation.
Who's about to be brainwashed? She's already brainwashed. What, you gonna accuse me of washing it again? She been brainwashed. She got whole sections of her life she can't remember. She don't know how old she really is. Brainwashed.
Right, they're using each other.
You know, my Aunt Frida used to say, since you bring up my Aunt Frida, God rest her soul, Alfreda Wimberly Vineyard, 4600 block, Pascal Avenue, Pascal Rascals, 47th and Woodland Avenue, Southwest Philly. Aunt Frida always used to say, what don't come out in the wash, it's gonna come out in the rinse. But at the end of the day, it's all gonna get clean. You're welcome to subscribe, register to the network. You know, come see us there. We'll be filming tonight. It's our first part of the Why Me? We're calling this series Discovering Legina Gold. And tonight's episode is Why Me? I want to know why she called out for me. That's what I want to know. I can't wait to get you and Kirion together on the couch.
Yeah, I met him. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's a vibe.
Shout out to Kirion Franklin. We love you. You're fabulous. And the two, I'm going to get the two of them together. Because apparently, well, I mean, y'all know that R. Kelly and Kurt Franklin have done business together throughout the years. I wonder if Kurt prays for Kells while he's in jail. I wonder if Kurt Franklin has put any money on R. Kelly's book. You know, it would be the
Kirk Franklin's son, Carry-On Franklin. They're going to hang out with him on the couch. He's a whole vibe. He's another one that got issues. And she's like, I wonder if Carry-On has been putting money, or Kirk Franklin's been putting money on R. Kelly's books. Like, what?
have done business together throughout the years. I wonder if Kurt prays for Kells while he's in jail. I wonder if Kurt Franklin has put any money on R. Kelly's book. You know, it would be the Christian thing to do, Kurt, since y'all are good friends.
So we heard.
Have you gone to visit R. Kelly since he's been in jail, Kurt Franklin? Since he had your home phone number. I mean, you know, they say that birds of a feather flock together, Kurt. just curious. So I'm gonna put these two legacies in the same room together. We're gonna see what pop out. But that's not gonna be for a few episodes. Tonight, why me? And we're gonna get to the bottom of why you reached out to me. I do have one question that I would like to ask you. This y'all can have for free. Are you glad that you reached out to me?
Yes, I am glad, y'all. I am very glad I reached out to Jaguar.
Guess what? Me too. Did you get the pun? Me too. Who did Me Too miss? Who did Me Too get paid to miss? You telling me all of that footage y'all had on R. Kelly, and you ain't bumping to nothing with Jay-Z, Diddy, Jeffrey Epstein, Clive Davis? Y'all ain't running to nothing, Me Too? I want to ask you something. If y'all was so thoroughly in your investigation, how did you miss her? The biggest victim. Fuck Me Too. And fuck surviving R. Kelly. Y'all niggas about to start surviving Legina Gold.
Hey, Hammer Time. What's up, Tanya? What the fuck is she talking about? Que di que fuck surviving R. Kelly, que di que Lifetime, and que di que... I cannot. She's like, what is... Yeah, she definitely has issues, guys. I want y'all in the comments section to let me know what you think about this little video. Let me know what you think about Bonjean's motion for those who are going to be watching the replay. Yeah. These women are definitely not making it together. Yeah, she's saying, look at what she's saying. Look, I'm gonna rewind it. Espérate.
Me Too. Who did Me Too miss? Who did Me Too get paid to miss? You telling me all of that footage y'all had on R. Kelly, and you ain't bumping to nothing with Jay-Z, Diddy, Jeffrey Epstein, Clive Davis? Y'all ain't running to nothing, Me Too? I want to ask you something. If y'all was so thoroughly in your investigation, how did you miss her? The biggest victim. Fuck Me Too. And fuck surviving R. Kelly. Y'all niggas about to start surviving Legina Gold.
You're not going to do nothing about it either.
Are you sick of having issues with your webinars, wasting tons of time on
And that was the end of that. Right, she's spiraling out right before our eyes. Once again, she starts doing these weird things. You know what I mean? Like, it's the weirdest stuff. Yes, she's dangerous for herself and others. I agree, Miss Mo. Yes. This is sad. And I hope this lady gets help. And I'm gonna end this live, guys. So for those who are on the replay, let me know what you think about Jaguar Wright and Legina Gold, the alleged love child of R. Kelly and Aaliyah. Oh, Lord have mercy. And let me know what y'all think about Bonjean's motion and how sassy she was in this motion. Leave your comments in the comment section below, okay? And don't forget, guys, before you leave me, you're very welcome, Miss Mo. Let me get a thumbs up before you leave me, please. Please, please, please. Make sure you hit that like button, guys. Thank you very mucho. Gracias. Gracias. And R. Kelly sentencing is when, y'all? February 23rd. In 2 more days at 10 a.m. For those who would like to leave a donation, you can cash at me. $ Diva Divine Light. It is spelled exactly how you see it on the screen, with a capital D, a capital D, a capital L. Everything in the middle is lowercase, guys. Okay? And you can also PayPal me if you want to PayPal. And you have PayPal. Okay? You can PayPal me at Diva Divine Light. All right. Guys, if you ever want to drop a note, a hint, a message, call me. My number is 347-336-9724. You can also email me news clips, articles, things maybe you might think I might be interested in, things you might find. You can email me at diva.josh.32332@gmail.com. Okay? And I love you guys. As I said, don't forget, okay? Hit that like button, all right? Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you are not subscribed to the channel. Hit the notification bell on all. All right? Good vibes over here. Please make sure your comments are respectful. They won't get deleted. All right? And Diva Divine Light, thank you guys for coming out. Y'all already know I am out. Peace.